Hold on. Before you hit the close button on the channel, I suggest that you watch till the end of the video and decide for yourself whether this is a good video for you or not. If it is not, feel free to dislike it and comment as well so I know what is going wrong. But hitting close early is very detrimental to the video and the channel because then the average viewing time is brought down drastically. Anyways, coming to the topic, in this video I will talk about juicing, the general guidelines to making juices. Specific to details of all the juicing, I have another video. This is more focusing on the recipe making, which is how to make juices in general. I will cover this in 5 different categories. You can use the chapters below so that you can scroll and see which one interests you and jump to that chapter directly should you wish to. First, we'll talk about what is juicing. Then I will talk about the equipment that is used for juicing. Then we will talk about the general guidelines of making juices, which is the main content of this video. Then I will briefly touch upon the differences between smoothies and juicing. And lastly, I will give some bonus. In the bonus, I will talk about some tips and tricks by which you don't falter and making juices and your juices will be tasty, delicious, nutritious. So watch till the end of the video and let me know in the comments how do you feel about this. Juicing is a very concentrated way of taking nutrition. When you take foods in general directly available from nature, you do get nutrition. But supposing you want to have the nutrition in a very, very concentrated manner, then juicing is the best way to do it. Why? Because we are taking away the pulp from the vegetables or fruits. Now let me state it at the very beginning that all this video, when I am talking about juicing, I am referring to the vegetable juices, not fruits. Fruits are never to be juiced except in extreme situations when somebody is requiring a lot of energy instantaneously when the person is sick. Fruits have high amounts of glucose, and if you do not take them along with the pulp in the whole manner, then there is a spike in the glucose and the blood sugar levels will be very high in the body. The body does not know what it is eating and it will have uncontrolled glucose in the blood. Now, if I asked you to eat 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of carrots, do you think you will be able to eat that comfortably and enjoy it as well? Very hard, right? But if I gave you a glass of juice, let's say 300-400 ml of carrot juice, I think you will be able to enjoy it as well while you get all the nutrition from this 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of vegetable. The numbers are approximate, but I am referring to the scale by which the juices are available to you with the whole amount of nutrition. What are you missing? Pulp. Let us distinguish and understand that pulp is not the same thing as fiber. Do not think that you will be missing out on the fiber if you take juices. Fiber is still available as a soft fiber in the juice itself, which is good in any case. And when do you have juices? Juices are useful, like I said, when you want to have high nutrition. That means if you are having some kind of health issues, it could be a skin problem, it's a dry skin, or you have a psoriasis, or you have some kind of skin issues, then juicing is very good. Your hair is falling down, juicing is useful. My wife sees instant difference in hair fall when she consumes juices. If you have any other health condition in the body, thyroid, diabetes, whatever, juices help in a big way. And you do not get many calories by consuming all that kilogram or whatever of vegetable, because vegetables have very few amount of calories in any case. So even if you consume good amount of vegetable juice, you are not going to get many calories on that. If you are absolutely fine and healthy, I personally do not think that juices are essential. They still can help you in bringing out the immunity, the strengthening the immunity of the body, but it is not essential. You can have. The other reason where juices will be very useful is digestion, especially when you have juices made from beetroot alongside with the other juices as well. Digestion improves in a big way. So juices are very useful when somebody is sick, when someone wants to improve the digestion, when the skin conditions or hair fall conditions are bad, then you want to have juices. If you are absolutely healthy, you can still have it. It will improve the immunity. What are the equipments that are necessary to make the juices? The equipment that is ideally suited is actually cold press juicer. They ensure that there is no heat generation because of a rapidly moving cutter, and therefore the juice is extracted in a very healthy nutritious way, retaining most of the minerals and vitamins and ensuring that there is no unnecessary oxidation. So that is one way of the best way of making juices. The second way of making juices is you can use the normal centrifugal juicers, which are not expensive. You can quickly make, relatively easy to clean. So that is another method. The third method is by adding a little bit of water as necessary. You can make juices in any blender and just sieve it through. This is not a recommended method because addition of water dilutes the taste in a big way. Even a small quantity of water dilutes the taste in a big way. So they will not be as tasty as the ones which you make with the cold press juicer and then the centrifugal juicer. The general guidelines that I would like to state specifically are: number one, you can make juices just from one vegetable. That is one way of making juices. Carrot is a very good example. Beetroot is not so good example because if you make a juice just out of beetroot, it will be very harsh in taste and you may not be able to enjoy it directly. You could have, I'm not saying you cannot, you could have, but it is not as good as the carrot. Ashgard is a very good example of taking juice just by itself. So tomatoes is another example. So there are few vegetables where you can take the entire juice just by using one vegetable. Have a combination of vegetables. Now the combinations that work, that do not work varies. So I will ask you to try it out. But generally I would say carrot and beetroot together goes well. Carrot and few other vegetables can go well. Ashgard and rest of the vegetables can go well. Tomato does not go well rest of the vegetables. You could make juices with bottle gourd. You can make juices with snake gourd. You can make juices with cucumber. Basically any kind of vegetable where the pulp is not high. It is hard, but it is not pulpy. These are the ones which actually contain lot of juice. Cut them into pieces as needed depending on whatever equipment you are using and make the juice. If you are using a regular blender, then I would suggest add as little water as necessary for the blender to move freely and then sieve it through a filter to get a concentrated juice. To this juice, excepting carrot juice and tomato, I think that's what I can think of right away. For maybe ashgard as well. For the rest of the juices, you would do well if you add about 1 or 2 lemon juice. The sourness will add a lot in terms of the taste to the juice overall, and also you are bringing in vitamin C in a big way. So add some lemon juice and then you could add some liquid sweeteners. You could use maple syrup, you could use dates syrup, you can use agave, you can use stevia if you like. And if you're not particular about using a little bit of honey, honey is also a good choice. So whatever you like, add some liquid sweetener after the juice is made. Just stir it, make sure that it combines very well, and ensure that you are having about 300 to 400 ml of juice every day, first thing in the morning before you have the breakfast, preferably before you have your coffee or tea as well. Why? Because on an empty stomach, the stomach, which is already hungry all through the night, is eagerly waiting for something to be dropped in and digested right away. So when you put food in such a way, digestion helps in a big way, the nutrition absorption happens in a big way. That having said, you can have juice throughout the day as well, depending on the health condition and the necessity. For a normal person, one juice in the morning would be sufficient. If someone is struggling with particular sickness, they may have 3 or 4 times vegetable juices or even more throughout the day. And if someone is having a digestion issue such as constipation, the best way is having a beetroot juice before going to the bed. This will help the constipation to be relieved the next day morning. Use a combination of vegetables. This is my recommendation. This will improve the taste, and by changing the combination, you will have the flexibility of using whatever vegetables you are having at home. Feel free to use some of the leafy vegetables as well. Leafy vegetables also, if you use in a cold pressed juicer in particular, you will get some concentrated thick juice from the leaf. Like I said, you can improve the taste with lemon and a liquid sweetener. Why should we take a juice instead of smoothies? Smoothies are easier to be made and they are more filling in nature. They give you fats as well. So why not smoothies instead of juices? Yes, that is the right answer. That is the right question and the answer in itself. I also personally feel that smoothies are a better way of consuming nutrition in the morning because you are getting calories, you are getting high amount of energy, fats, proteins, everything in one go in a smoothie. However, the amount of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that you get in juice are way higher than what you get in a smoothie. And that is the reason you would like to have juices in some particular situations. If someone is trying to improve the health in a big way, then juices are the way to go. Also, juices are not as filling in nature, so you can drink a glass of juice and you can still have some other breakfast. Don't have your regular breakfast immediately after juice. Raw vegetables get digested very quickly, so you would want to eat raw vegetables based food first, let them digest, and then go for cooked food if you have it, which I don't recommend in any case. But if you think that you got to have some cooked food, leave some gap and then have it. Some kinds of juices do not go together. I have already mentioned it briefly, but you may want to include it in that, things like onion, garlic, those kind of very strong smelling ones do not go very well with the juices. Also, there are some kind of vegetables which are not very good in terms of giving the juice or the taste. For example, if you want to use an eggplant, also called as brinjal, that's not a good choice. The other thing is, you do not want to combine fruits and vegetables for juices. Fruits are acidic in nature, vegetables are alkaline in nature. You do not want to combine them and neutralize. You will lose some of the benefits. In terms of the big tip for the equipment cleaning, I would say clean it off immediately. Otherwise, you will have a hell of a time cleaning the equipment. Once you finish your drink, take a break and then you want to clean it. That's going to be a chore. So guys, I hope this video was useful to you and you found something interesting. If I missed out something, let me know in the comments below what I missed out. and do click on the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you did not like the video for any reason, please feel free to click the dislike button and let me know in the comments what went wrong so that I could correct in my future videos. Have a nice day or evening, whatever is left for you. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.